Welcome, people of the internet. This is Geek Rating Review, where we talk about everything geek culture and geek related. My name is Jean-Marc, and I talk.
My name's Nick. We talk about food, too.
I was born on Jean-Marc because I'm his littlest brother, David.
And we're recording. Yeah.
We
Alcohol time. 2019 alcohol time. David, what alcohol you have?
Potato taco.
What kind of tacos is that?
He's got a spicy potato taco.
Mmm.
Oh, wait, I know what to get. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh,
We just started a podcast, and David runs out like a crazy person. I wish we had
the New Year's drink, champagne.
Champagne. All right.
I'm so glad that you spoke whenever you ran back in the room, so we got to see the way you pranced.
The way I wish the video was.
Oh, David's already
drinking it.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh.
Captain Morgan Private Stock, you make me happy every time I drink you.
Bayou Rum Satsuma.
Have you been to their brewery yet?
No.
Man, you gotta go.
The brewery.
Brewery's amazing. The distillery.
This thing is so freaking... David, by the time you get here, it's going to be all gone.
Nick will be asleep on the floor.
I'm going to buy some more. And I have a giant cup that's got Sprite and Satsuma on it.
That sounds amazing.
It tastes like freaking... like orange high C with rum in it.
That sounds great.
It's so good.
Oh.
So,
Game of the Year!
I have every new release that I have bought physically this year stacked up next to me. And I have my top 3 here. And I have my game that released, not this year, but my favorite game that wasn't released this year.
Okay.
How about you?
I have that too.
I have my favorite fast food from this year that wasn't released this year.
I too.
I stuck a lot to what I played because I didn't play a lot of old. Well, no, I think I do know what my new game. Actually, all right. You know what? You mother.
The first Taco Bell
ding, and it was from me. I might leave the ers in. All right.
Best moment of the year.
Did anyone do a top 5, or am I the only one that did a top 5?
I just did top 3.
I did top 3, but I could expand it.
Okay, let me write numbers next to this to remind me. Okay, that's my number 1.
I only have 3 others, so
that's my number 2. That's
just
my
gotta
number
pick
3.
one out.
That's my number 4.
Well, if I expand to 5, I can expand to 5.
Okay, so I'm gonna say my runner-up game I'm just gonna start it. My runner-up game that was a surprise game that I didn't think would make it, but everything I saw, my number 6 of the year is Rage 2. Now they're really fun open world game. Yeah,
I agree.
Wow.
Fun, like it's fun.
Yeah, fun little game. Yeah, I wish it was longer, but yeah.
My number 6 was Modern Warfare. It was really good.
Wow! I thought that'd make you top 4.
Good. I didn't. It's not top 5 material for me.
That's shocking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even all the way out yet.
As they do. As they release games now.
I don't know if it's going to come up, but check out. I have a color change straw.
Oh,
wow! Dang, that's awesome!
Voodoo!
I better get that for Christmas. I better get a color change straw. I'm mad.
I'll agree. Rage 2 is definitely it was a bombastic, short, fun game.
Yes.
Just like me.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for number 5?
Official number 5.
Official number 5. Yeah. Mine is Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Cool.
It's a fun open world. What is it, Minecraft game or whatever? I enjoy it. I played it for long hours. It was great.
It's a really fun game.
Sell it to me.
Dragon Quest Builders.
What platform are you playing
I played it on...
Switch?
Yeah, I did play it on Nintendo Switch, actually.
I hear that's the best version too.
It is so good. I like that it was portable. I like the characters. It could be because I didn't play many games this year that this ended up on my top 5.
I don't think that's right, dude. You played a bunch. Because I played a bunch. I know you played a bunch.
Yeah, but the rest of them are in my top 5. But like, I didn't play as many as I wanted to this year. But I went back and tried to beat games this year too, but I don't remember. And a lot of games that I played for a very long time, and this was one of them. I liked the creation loop. I liked you can level up by attacking creatures, which I don't think Minecraft has. So I like the RPG elements. I actually didn't mind the building elements because you can kind of make it your own. I didn't hate the characters, even though I never played Dragon Quest, the original Dragon Quest 2, so I didn't know anyone. But I really like the world. I like the art style. I like that it run really well on the Switch. I was expecting more lag and more everything, but it ran very well. If it was I think if it was on my PlayStation, I might have played it more, ironically, because I always spend more time with PlayStation games, as you will find out in my next 4 games. That's all I got to say about that. I don't know how else I just had a fun time playing it. It was a solid RPG. I liked it more than Dragon Quest XI, which was trash. Did that come out this year, or was that last year?
That was last year.
Oh, what a trash, disgusting game!
No, it was on Switch this year.
That's true.
I hear the Switch version is amazing.
I'm sure it is. All right.
The hallmark of a good Switch game is it stays full price, and Dragon Quest Builders 2 is still full price.
Oh wow!
I have more to say on it, but that's when
So it's in your top 5?
Yep.
Okay. My number 5 is Borderlands 3.
Oh.
Forgot that came out this year.
I beat it. I did a few of the DLC stuff. It's probably my favorite of the franchise. It's got the best guns.
Yeah, the guns are really
out of all of them
in that game.
Don't care about the story, but there are boss fights in this game that are like Doom 2016 level boss fights that are amazing. And it's got like really nice environmental fluctuation. Like not every place is samey. You go to a different planet and it's completely different from the last. And the only thing that gets samey is the enemies, but that's when you're fighting a corporation, you have the same enemies. But like the environmental enemies are pretty varied. But yeah, it's fun. I think I put 35, 40 hours to like, I think I did maybe 50% of the side quests.
Oh, wow.
Kind of mainline the story and 40 hours of enjoyment. That wasn't a bad part of that game, except for the dialogue that you couldn't skip.
Yeah, I hated the writing and the dialogue, and the 2 main protagonists were terrible.
Yeah.
I hated them so much.
I like the upgrade system in this one a little more than the old ones because you have power-ups, especially with the siren, that you can connect.
Yeah.
Where your specialist moves, you can use your skill tree to get to a certain move and then pair it with another one. So you'll have 2, or you'll stack. It'll increase DPS for something. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of passive abilities in it. So it's a more complex skill tree than the other games.
I like that a lot.
I enjoyed it. Optimized for single player only though.
Yes.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. My number 5 was Astral Chain.
Oh.
I spent 12 to 15 hours on that game. It's very different. I could see the elements they might have gotten from Bayonetta. It's much more toned down version, fighting wise, but it's got a lot of investigative elements, platforming mixed in with the fighting, and then there's a skill tree for every different monster you can have control of. You can control multiple monsters as you progress, and they all have different fighting styles. So it's a really different game, and a very enjoyable one. It's a unique experience, and I really like the aesthetic. It's kind of the dark, but also like neo-noir, like a lot of LED looking light stuff. It was a really fun game. I haven't beat it yet. I haven't put that much time into it, but
it looks platinum as hell.
Mm-hmm. It's platinum.
Yeah, I wanted it, and then it never went on sale. So to the listeners, this is going to be a really varied top 5
Yeah.
all of us because we didn't buy a lot of the same stuff this year.
No.
Four of the 5 games I have are Switch versions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
3 of my 5 are PS4. The other 2 are Switch.
2 of mine were Switch. The rest are PS4. Are we going to number 4?
Do it.
Why not?
All right. My number 4 is Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 was in my top 3, but it got moved down because the co-op is broken on it. The lag, it was still fun, but like every time you go in the menu and the screen would slow down because my wife, who I was playing with, hers wasn't open. I hated that. I hated how slow and like I wasn't able to click on weapons to like highlight them and then sell all of them after a while. That whenever the update came up, that just broke and we're like, what? So instead of fixing the game for co-op, they fixed it for single player and broke co-op more. I have not played it in 3 months, but when I was playing it, even though it was broken, I enjoyed it thoroughly, and we went and played the DLC when it came out. We were able to get up to 30th level and play it. I do like the upgrading system. I wish I'd have liked it more. I think that's another reason. Because I played as the mech person. I even forgot their name. It's been so long since I played it.
Technomancer.
What was the person's name?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was Alex or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty fun. But I enjoyed it. Like you said, the guns are great. I love the boss battles in it. I had so much fun playing boss battles and trying to find everything in the level was weirdly fun too. Like you can 100% areas if you find everything in them, and that was actually really fun. If co-op wouldn't have been broken, this probably would have been way higher on my list. But yeah, that is my number 4.
So, like, if I can say one more thing about it, like, if they would have leaned into the boss fights a little more.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe, like, a mini-boss. Because, to me, it felt like the other games had more mini-bosses.
Yeah.
We had a lot of mini-bosses.
Yeah.
So, I wonder, like, if a few more bosses in those arena style, like, maybe shorten the levels a little bit and have a few more mini-bosses, it would have been a little...
Yeah, it would have
a little higher.
Stopped the monotony of having to go through another thing of guys. Like, because when we were playing, we would go until we were full of guns and then go back and sell them. So we would never get all the way through a level until, like, we were, like... We did one level for, like, 2 weeks straight, just doing circles in it and just leveling up ourselves and our guns because we would not go past the point if we both had a full inventory. And then we started throwing out shields because they give you shields for days in that game. So we started throwing out shields and just keeping our weapons. It was fun because she used her weapons, I used mine. We used different types. So if we saw them, we would give them to each other whenever we're... Anyway, yeah, that's all. Yeah, it's just, it kind of gets monotonous in that way. But that's the way we were playing it. We kind of made it monotonous.
Yeah, the thing that didn't make it so super Borderlands were the boss fights.
Yeah.
And I think that was the best change that they made.
Yeah. And I agree,
that was
they needed
4?
more. Yeah, that was my number 4.
Okay, number 4, Pokemon Sword.
Wow.
We thought we were only doing 3, so I threw it up there. My new favorite Pokemon game.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I can say about it.
Yeah.
It runs amazing. There's no graphical hiccups. It's got a charming look about it. I skip all the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad there's no voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know, just a super good Pokemon game.
Yeah, it's a really good Pokemon game.
I can't add anything else. We already talked about it a little bit.
Yeah,
I did beat it. I didn't catch the legendary, but I will.
Oh.
But yeah, it's great.
That was an interesting thing too. Because every game that's part of the storyline.
Yeah, there's a lot of in-game stuff. When the credits roll, there is still a lot of stuff to do. And I can't say that like X and Sun, like I didn't really go back once the credits rolled in those games. But this game I want to go back and play more.
Absolutely.
So, Pokemon Sword.
Right.
Number 4.
My number 4 was Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Wow.
As well as Jamont. I played it on Switch.
Oh.
I played probably close to 25 hours on that one.
Oh.
And I spent probably the first half of my playthrough doing whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I didn't do what the storyline asked me to do. I level grinded as much as I could until I literally got level capped.
Yep.
And then I just built stuff.
Yep.
And kept going. And I don't like Minecraft, but this is different. And I enjoyed it. And I got to be stupid and create and tinker and blah, 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 blah. It was just fun because I didn't have to be thinking all the time. I was just like, put this here, put this there, do. And then I built like a 3-story town just to do it. Spent way too much time doing that. It was a really fun game.
Yeah.
I've not beat it. I'm probably not even halfway through it.
Yep. That's a lot how I played it as well.
That's it.
All right.
I want it to go on sale.
Yes, you should play it, Nick. I thought you got it for your wife.
No, she didn't want it because she didn't have time.
That's a fact. It'll take a lot of time out of your life.
It's a goofy game.
It's probably one of my wife's favorite games because she played it way more than me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you now, her game of the year would probably be my next game. So.
All right, you ready for my number 3?
Top 3.
Top 3. My number 3 of the year, which also surprises me, is I don't know why I put Evil Dead down, but Resident Evil 2, not Evil Dead 2. Resident Evil 2 was shocking how much I loved that game. It was scary. It was fun. I cared about the characters. The graphics were great. I played on PS4 Pro. I progressed through it. I was tense at times. I felt like a BA at times. The puzzles weren't so hard that I wanted to kill everyone. It was one of the few item management games that I was like very particular about who I would shoot and where I would go. The only reason I stopped playing the game is because I couldn't figure out what to do next. And I spent all of my ammo trying to figure it out. And I realized that there was a door I didn't see in the sewer. And then I stopped playing it. But other than that, I'd probably have to replay the whole thing to beat it. But it is an amazing game. Graphically, gameplay-wise, even in the spooks, it spooked me out. The opening is great. The opening of that game is really fun. Resident Evil Dead 2.
The reason that I didn't make it in mine is because I didn't get it enough time. It's not that it was a bad game. I haven't played it. It was Resident Evil 7.
Both of y'all should play it.
Yeah, I didn't finish 7. I didn't buy
games are games that I don't put as much time into.
Yeah.
Because I can play them in front of everyone. And I don't always want to play horror games.
Yeah.
You're right, I didn't finish 7 either. That's a good point. I didn't finish 7 at all. But I wanted it, and it was fun.
Who did you play your first campaign?
I only played with Leon. So
yeah, me too.
He's my favorite from 4.
He's so cute.
He's so handsome.
Yeah.
His hair's so shiny.
He's the reason I won't play 3 because he's not in 3. So
he's not in. I like we're talking like finish. Like I beat every game in my top 6 or whatever, except for this one.
All right.
My number 3 is Link's Awakening.
Yay! It made it in. I knew someone played it.
Yeah.
I didn't play it. That's why it's not in mine. So
yeah, it's one of the better remakes I've ever played. Aside from a few little frame rate issues, it's superb. It plays like the top-down Zelda game. The music is amazing. The sound design is amazing. The art style is awesome. The little cute characters and everything is great. And it's done by Nintendo, so it's got that extra love and devotion to the craft, I guess you would say, that they do better than anybody else. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
David?
Nothing. Walked to my door and I grabbed me a Reese's egg.
Oh, man.
Reese's egg? During Christmas?
It's a pumpkin, okay?
Oh.
You have a case of them. So a case.
Yeah, they were selling a case of it for $4, so how could I not buy it?
Dude, you're living my dream right now. You're living my food dream.
It's my favorite candy in the world, which I could.
It's my favorite candy too.
Podcast.
Number 1 candy of 2019 was Reese's
egg iteration.
I can't wait for their Christmas trees to come out.
Egg.
Egg, pumpkin, then Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going, Nick.
The
Sorry,
white,
David,
the white
interrupted
chocolate
you.
too is.
The white chocolate ones are really good too.
I've never. Oh, you know what's really good? Reese's Thins. Have you ever had those? They are out of this world
I haven't
good.
even heard of
You
it.
have got to try Reese's Thins. They are amazing.
I tried some recently that I never heard of either. Someone just gave them to me.
Reese's.
It was Chips Ahoy Reese's cookies.
Yeah,
They were decent.
I'm sure they
Leah
were.
loved them. She like freaked out and wanted to eat the whole thing, and I was like, no. But it was just Chips Ahoy cookies
Not
were
brands.
Reese's
No.
in there.
Our first digression of the podcast.
Well, we got our favorite candy of the year. It's Reese's.
There you go.
So I guess
That's
Reese's Thins are mine. Reese's Thins are. Y'all have got to go to like Walmart and try some. I could not stop eating them. They're the most addicting things because it's like the perfect balance of chocolate and peanut butter. It's perfect. I
And
love it.
then
And it's small. You just pop it in. You pop another one in. You just don't stop.
Just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going. You just put my face in the bag and eat it all. So good. All right, Nick, you were on your number 3.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it.
Oh.
I'm okay with that.
All right, David, I guess it's on you.
my number 3 was, and it almost didn't make number 3. I almost put Dragon Quest up there. Is Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Oh.
What?
I thought this was going to be your number 1.
I
Right.
know, and that's the thing. It is too much like Persona. I did not play Fire Emblem for Persona. I played Persona for Persona. It was too much buffer. It was too hard to get from one chapter to the next because they put all these like time management, like micromanagement things in there to make the game easier. So I get sucked into that really easily because I'm like, well, obviously it's going to help me. I don't play Fire Emblem for the reason I play Fire Emblem, and then that lets me down.
So it's not the combat that's Persona. It's not like
the-
like Persona. It's like rock paper scissors a lot.
Right. It's not it's the Persona is all about like building relationships with other characters.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't want to play Fire Emblem.
Mm.
And ever since Awakening, that's what they've been focusing on, and that's not why I like Fire Emblem. I like it for the tactical reason.
Mm.
So it's my number 3. It was still a really fun game. The soundtrack was freaking awesome, but definitely not my favorite Fire Emblem game.
Bummer.
Yeah, that's shocking. I didn't know you disliked it this much because, wow.
I don't dislike it. It wasn't what I was looking for.
It doesn't live up to the other Fire Emblem games, though,
It's still a
right?
really fun game, but a game where like a little student who's like 15 years old can kill all these trained experts is just, it kills the immersion of what a war game's about, and it doesn't feel like a war game. It feels like a Harry Potter Persona mix where for no reason they're really good at killing people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, kind of like Final Fantasy Type 0.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'll just take your word on that. Number 2! Oh, didn't play either one of those games. My number 2 game of the year is Pokemon Shield, which was the version I got. I like grinding in games, and that's the reason why I like Dragon Quest Builders 2. That's why I like this game. I did not progress in the story. The only reason I did was because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to control my Pokemon, which I knew was something in the first one.
Yeah.
So I went and got some more badges and then just kept grinding because I don't like Nick. I don't care about the story. The story is bad. And I guess it's fine.
Pokemon story.
I mean, I did read what they were saying, but I just fast forwarded through it.
There's like stakes that didn't need to be there.
Yeah. But I did not beat this game. I only just was addicted to it for a very long time, and I could not think about anything else. And it was great, and I love this game. That's my number 2.
Cool. I was not expecting that from you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Number 2 for me, oh man, this was such a freaking decision. Y'all have no idea like how many times I flipped these 2 games. But number 2 for me is Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
Wow.
I figured that'd be up there for you.
Yeah. So it probably gave away what my actual game of the year is. I'm on record saying that Castlevania Symphony of the Night is one of the greatest games ever made.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the greatest PlayStation game ever made. And this game scratched that itch. It was the Metroidvania that we needed. Koji Igarashi took his ideas and distilled them into this thing that shouldn't be as good as it is because it's not a AAA title. It's not, it's not this giant budgeted thing, but it's a fun game. It's a challenging game. The music is great.
Mm-hmm.
The art style is a bit inconsistent, but that's just kind of what you get a lot of the times whenever you have like these Kickstarter goals that people are throwing different things in, but it's great. The PS4 version is the best version. I hear the Switch version is a little bit of a dumpster fire.
The only reason I don't have that in my top 5 is because I have the Switch version. And I don't, once again, like Resident Evil 2, I don't have a full experience, so I can't give it a good rating.
Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely number 2.
Mm-hmm. That probably would have been my top 3 had I put the PS4 version.
Jamar, don't buy it.
Oh, I won't buy it.
I
definitely won't. I have no time for any. I have
I'm
so
just saying,
many.
don't freaking buy it.
I'm not buying any games. I have so many games on backlog.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let y'all know. I was gonna wait till I got to my number 1. The only game I beat on any of these is Rage 2, my number 6.
Wow.
I haven't beat any of these other games. So after I am going backwards to play all of them and beat them.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Like the only one I didn't beat is Link's Awakening, and I'm in the last dungeon.
Wow.
Well, I beat Fire Emblem, and I'm on a second playthrough. That game has 3 different playthroughs. So 4 different. I'm sorry. 4 different playthroughs.
3 Houses has 4 different playthroughs.
Yeah.
That is craziness.
So
So the 4th playthrough is homeless.
Yeah. You just stumble upon it.
I'll see David on the streets of Austin playing it.
You're begging for money.
Begging for money. We're going to boss battle.
You can recruit anybody.
No.
A dog. My number 2 might be shocking for y'all. Or maybe not, because I talked about this game a lot, and y'all always poo-pooed it, but I don't care. I have Division 2 as my number 2.
That came out this year, right?
Huh?
That did come out this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
It came out in February.
It came out
That doesn't
right
really
after
surprise
Anthem.
me.
Yeah.
Had
I bought Anthem. No, I don't want to talk about Anthem because I already did. And then I got Division 2, and I feel like this was the thing that like brought me back from my Anthem-shaped hole in my heart. It was just fun, especially on co-op. I will say this game by yourself is kind of a grind, kind of a meaty project, but when you're doing co-op, it is so fun. It's just a solid third-person shooter. It's got a lot of gun drops. It's the reason I had no desire to play Borderlands, because to me it's a similar feeling, similar like entertainment, so I didn't need to play Borderlands because I got that from Division 2. And then you can conquer the map. I love games where you can do that. That's like my thing. You can go in and take places over. I love doing that.
like in every Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
Did you climb? You have to climb the radio tower.
Yeah.
You don't have to climb anything in this game. You just shoot people till they die.
Awesome.
Then you
That
win.
sounds really solid.
Yeah, that's a smart gameplay decision.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the Ubisoft boycott, same as EA. I almost bought it when it was $17 for the the full version, but I didn't because boycott.
I'm not a big Ubisoft fan, but I really enjoyed Division 2 a lot.
Yeah, every time I looked, you were playing it. So
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. All
I
right.
played 40 hours in that game. So.
Ooh,
oh,
great. Are y'all ready for number 1?
let's do it.
Damn.
Wait, before we all name our game of the year, would we like to do biggest disappointment?
Yes, I do have a game
Okay.
that is my biggest disappointment of the year, and I only played the demo, and that was the Medieval remake.
Really?
I did not like it at all. I thought I'd love it, but I was just like, it's not for me. It plays like the old one. I didn't like the original when that came out for PS1.
I'll say that yes, it does play like the original, and I think it's a cool thing that they did it to where it plays like the original, and it had a $20 price point.
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
I have it. I bought it. It's right there.
Physical version?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know a physical version came out.
I have it.
No, wow.
It was $20. Like, I understand that it can be a big disappointment because it plays like a 25-year-old game, but it is literally just a coat of paint on a 25-year-old game for $20.
Yeah. I mean, it does look good. I mean,
It looks great,
yeah.
and I love 1 and 2 and the PSP remake, which I also have back there. It's a really cool alternate take to a 3D Zelda game, and I like it. It's disappointing because it could have been more, but I'm not going to call it my biggest disappointment.
What is your biggest disappointment, Nick?
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Ooh! Wow.
That's such a good answer.
Wow.
Man.
That is crazy.
I haven't touched that game since March.
Wow. Did you beat it?
And there was no.
Wow.
There was nothing, like no redeeming quality about that game that made me want to go back. Like, it is super samey hack and slash combat that is the same in every Kingdom Hearts thing. The only thing that's different is they took the Final Fantasy stuff out of it.
Yeah.
So I have no Yeah, I like Disney stuff, but I have no connection to this game anymore because it was not worth the wait.
Nope.
Wow.
No, there was no reason for this game to take that long to come out, and for it to really do nothing new.
They focus on Disney stuff, and then they just punch you in the gut with plot until the game's over.
Yep,
Wow.
there's so much plot.
Very poorly. I was very disappointed in it too, but it's not the most disappointing game I've played this year.
Who it is?
What is?
And him.
And him.
And the thing that sucks is it is actually a fun game. It's actually fun.
What game?
That's what sucks.
Anthem.
Because it doesn't work
Anthem.
properly. The story is garbage. The characters are garbage. It's short. The flying around and shooting things is the only reason I played that game to the end. It just, everything about it that should have worked didn't, and it was dumb. And the world wasn't what they said it was going to be, and multiplayer was forced on you. It was all this. Oh, Anthem, you douchebag.
You wasted so much money on that game. I'm so glad I didn't buy it. I'm so
And I beat it.
glad.
I beat that in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I did not like it. And I didn't beat all my top 6, but I beat those 2.
Wow.
Oof.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah, that's a bummer, man. Like whenever we had our E3 discussion years ago, feels like,
Yeah.
and then you said that you were excited for Anthem,
Mm-hmm.
and oh man, I knew you were doomed for disappointment.
Well, the thing was, I thought it looked fun, and I wasn't wrong about that. It just, everything else was awful.
What are you doing?
Why are you
Like,
wiping
here's
stuff
feeling,
off?
so I got a bunch of little black things on my arm. And
Oh,
taking
all
them
right. Well, y'all ready for my number one?
Let's do it.
Ta-da!
Number one game of 2019 is Monster Energy Drink Supercross, the official game. What a great! We got 9 views on our Twitch stream. Therefore, that's why. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
That was probably my most disappointing game of the year because I was looking forward to it, and it was as bad as we all thought it would be.
I know what your number one is, I think.
Oh, y'all do know what my number one is, and I'm going to talk about it for about an hour and a half. My number one is Death Stranding. By far, I was playing Pokemon. I was addicted to Pokemon. My wife got me Death Stranding. Then I was addicted to Death Stranding. Then I was playing Pokemon. Then I was playing Death Stranding, and then I forgot about Pokemon, and that's why it became my favorite game of the year, because it got more addicting than Pokemon was.
Wow.
A lot of people were like, there's stealth in it, but it's a Kojima game. All Kojima games have stealth in it. I love Norman Reedus. I didn't know I did. It has the best line of the year ever. There's a character called Fragile, and the best line was, I'm fragile, but I'm not that fragile. Best line ever.
So there's another Fragile that he's not that.
No. She. It is a
Oh.
female. It is the female you've seen in all the trailers. Not that blonde one, another blonde one. I can't stop playing it. I love grinding, and it lets me do that. I love making deliveries, because that's all you do, and I think it's great. I love building stuff, but the building stuff isn't... You don't have to do anything. It's kind of like Red Dead Redemption 2. You don't have to... You could burn through the game if you wanted to and not do any side quests at all. that's fine. I choose to do the side quest because you get little stars if you make enough deliveries to places, but you have to make a delivery to almost every place. And once you do, it opens the world up. What made the game great, because at first I was doing everything on foot, when the vehicles are introduced, that made the game amazing. A lot of people say you have to wait till like the second world till it opens up. And I think that's where I am. But even before then, when I was walking around, because I had access to a bike and I didn't do it. I just walked around because I loved it. I love sneaking around these creatures, and I love the world itself. The world it built's awesome, and the graphics are amazing. It looks beautiful, and I don't know why. I love making deliveries, and I love grinding all that out, and you get a star on your leg every time. And I have 12 already, so that's what I've been grinding out.
That game sitting and waiting for me in my PlayStation right now.
What game?
Death Stranding.
Are you serious? Oh, man.
I can't wait to go play it.
I don't think it's a game for everybody, though. So I understand if people played it and didn't like it. I loved it because I love Metal Gear 5. I loved Metal Gear 5. And this, to me, was just the next... I don't want to spoil that, but you do get some weapons, and it plays almost... Like, the gameplay is great. Like, shooting, sneaking... some people are annoyed by like, oh, you have to like worry about your shoes degrading or your weapons degrading, but literally you
like Zelda.
Yes, but unlike Zelda.
Oh no!
Hold on. Unlike Zelda.
Oh, let him mansplain to us.
No, I'm not mansplaining. You are unable to remake your weapon. This, you're able to make it. If you're able to remake your weapons and not just find them in happenstance, then that, to me, that makes it different. Because when my shoes would get to half, I would just get rid of them and get a new one, and I wouldn't have to worry about degrading ever, because they would never get past halfway. Ever. So that's, and then you can upgrade them to where they don't degrade as much, and they're not a problem. If you do enough deliveries. Right now, I'm at a point where none of the degrading anything is a problem at all, whatsoever. And there's a couple of annoying things. Like, the stuff you used to sneak around before, they can kind of get annoying because you're just like, I want to make another delivery and they're in my way. But, yeah, and then it's Kojima, and, you know, I made the joke about the fragile thing, but yeah, that's pretty much the plot. It's just nonsense. It's just stupid nonsense, and I'm like, I don't care. I think, and Mads Mikkelsen's performance is Game of the Year. He is so good in that game. And Norman Reedus is fun. You can't take Norman Reedus seriously because he literally winks at the camera at one point. And you're like, oh, all right, well. And you can tell him and Kojima just had fun making this game, which is another reason I liked it, because it's like, it's both serious and not serious. It's great. Game of the Year. I'm done talking about it. I loved it.
Okay. I'm going to get it next year.
Yeah, it's addicting. I can't stop playing it. I'm upset that we're doing this now, and I'm not playing it right now.
I'm picking Gumbo. So.
You what?
You're picking Gumbo? Your number one game of the year?
Gumbo is your number one game?
Gumbo Simulator 2019.
Oh, man, you'd make bank with that game.
Game of the Year 2019. The Outer Worlds.
Yay! I haven't played it yet.
For the game. Talked about it before. It is Fallout New Vegas with a working graphics engine. It is
nice.
Firefly/Serenity, the video game.
Wow.
It's witty dialogue, interesting characters, interesting strangers. Just talk to somebody in a town. Has no effect on the game, has no effect on the plot, has no effect on any, not even going to give you a mission. They're just going to have an interesting conversation with you. It's done by Obsidian. You know, they're known for their dialogue. They weave interesting tales, and this game is no different. It's a little short, but guess what? I don't mind that because it respects my time. 30 hours is the length of it. I played it in 30 hours.
Crazy.
That's cool.
Wow.
But I actually missed a companion. Each companion quest will take you about 2, 3, 4 hours to complete. So I missed an entire companion.
Wow.
So that's one companion quest I didn't even get to. So that's 4 or 5 hours cut off of my playtime.
Wow.
So I'm going to go back through and play it again, make a different decision that allows me to get that companion, and then play through and see what, because there's like several different endings you can get.
Oh.
So it's fantastic. The gunplay is great. There's a lot, like a huge variety of weapons, melee and ranged, like close assault. You can do unarmed. You can talk your way out of a lot of situations, just like the old Fallout games that Obsidian wrote. There's a lot of non-violent ways to get through these quests, and I did both ways. I would, if there was a faction that I didn't like, I'd go in, guns blazing, kill everybody in the room, get the plot MacGuffin, and walk out. If there was something I respected, people I didn't want to make mad, I would go in and use my perks, use my intelligence, use my charisma, use my D&D rolls, basically, to resolve a situation and get the plot MacGuffin that way. It was the only thing I played for a couple of weeks, and I just powered through the game and beat it.
Wow.
And I loved every second.
I need to know how it compares to Fallout. The Fallout.
The shooting is better.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of it has a VAT system that has its own skill tree.
Oh.
That you can improve that system where you'll have companion benefits or player benefits while in that VATS thing, where you can extend it or you can increase your chance for critical hits in it, but the actual walk around shooting is much better than Fallout.
I think that sold it for me. Because I don't use VATS in Fallout, actually. I never use that.
I came up playing original Fallout games where you would plan out an attack.
Yeah.
Where the world would stop and you would plan out an attack and then you would let it play out in real time and then you could stop it again and play out. So that's whenever I played the first person Fallout game, I had that in mind.
Yeah.
So I still haven't been able to get off of that. But it's freaking amazing. It's gorgeous. It doesn't have this like weird photorealistic art style to it. It's got this kind of whimsical and comical, and like there's advertisements everywhere because everything is run by corporations. So everything has brands on it, and everything's branded. Like ammo is branded, guns are branded, armor is branded, and all of that reflects in that company's aesthetic.
Wow.
It's super good, man. It's Game of the Year 2019.
Wow.
And it was a really close race between that and Bloodstained.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think both of y'all would love it.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. Yeah, like you said, I'll probably play it next year. Once I go back and play all my other games, because, I want to beat Pokemon before too long also.
Yeah.
All right, David, your turn.
My game of the year was obviously Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It was the best game that's been made.
Very cool. Very cool.
I'm so proud of myself to be in touch with everyone else to be able to choose a game.
Yes. To pick a From Software game that alienates 75% of the gaming community.
Wow.
When I say that game looked beautiful, I mean it looked physically appealing. I don't have no desire to play that game at all. I just saw a video and I was like, oh wow, that looks good.
Yep.
Yes.
My game of the year is actually Pokemon Sword, though.
Yay!
Yeah.
Somebody had to do it, and it was David.
I really liked Pokemon X. Sun and Moon were disappointing.
Yes.
I don't know if there was a game between that, because I can't think right now, because I drank a lot of champagne just now.
Ultra Sun and Moon.
Ultra Sun and Moon, yeah, that's right. This game kind of scaled back the things I didn't care for. The open area was extremely satisfying.
What took them so long?
I don't
to
know.
put that in a game? Like,
I don't know. It's so good. It's the first Pokemon I could play on my TV, so that was great. I didn't care about the fact that it wasn't the full roster. Some of my favorites were out, but it didn't have my experience, though. Like,
there's still a ton of Pokemon.
Very enjoyable game. I had more than enough Pokemon that I really liked to keep on my team. The new Pokemon weren't great, but there was a few good ones in there that I was able to keep. The starters are garbage.
Starters are garbage. Yeah.
My favorite Pokemon was Beware. And that's from Sun and Moon.
So
my new favorite Pokemon was Grimmsnarl. I thought he was pretty cool.
Mine was like a bug psychic type. I don't remember the name of it. It's probably my favorite.
Beedrill?
No. There's a beetle that turns into like a thing hanging off the
lady. Yeah, the ladybug.
I don't know why I love that one. Can you explain to me, since y'all have Pokemon history, why people didn't like?
I beat it this weekend, so yeah, it's full
good job.
Yeah.
Can y'all explain why people didn't like this game or had complaints about this game to me? Because I don't get it.
The Pokédex mainly is the
they wanted everybody wanted a national dex, and then when it came out that like the roster was like kind of small, but
it's like a little bit off the capacity.
Yeah, and what people really can't understand is, or maybe they do and they're just babies about it, they would have had to render over 1,000 different monsters and different animations to put on this game that runs like a dream already. So they would have had to plug in all these other animations, all these other attacks, just to satisfy these freaking incels that wanted a national dex.
So that's the only complaint? I thought there was like graphical complaints or something.
Yeah, well, some of the battle animations were lazy, but I thought, man, if a freaking little corgi electric corgi turns around and shakes its butt at me, I think it's adorable.
Yeah, amazing.
If the whole model moves, I think it's adorable.
Yeah.
The thing I didn't like that I know a lot of people complained about is that they added in X and then again in Sun and Moon they added the Mega Evolutions and the Z moves, and they completely did away with those in this game. They're nowhere in this game, and I like a lot of Mega Evolutions.
I know, but Z moves broke.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. The Dynamax and Gigantamax was cool. I liked it. I thought it was interesting. But to me, it was more of the same. I was like, it's Mega Evolutions, and then every Pokemon can just be big. I don't know. It seemed like they just were making more work for themselves when they didn't have to.
Yeah, but I'll give the Dynamax things a bonus is that when you do the field Dynamax hunts in the open area, the rewards you get from those battles are incalculable.
Yeah,
you'll get the XP, SP, and all those other candies.
Yeah,
for experience points. And I had level 35 Pokemon, give them one candy, and they go up 15 levels.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. I didn't know about that.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I would get all of the Dynamax energy or whatever, and then go buy the Dynamax candy and drop it in one of the wells and fight, like, all the time. I did probably 200 Dynamax battles.
Wow.
And it level maxed my top 6 Pokemon. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
I forgot I have the candies. They're all around level 75 when I beat the game. I probably could have bumped them up to 90.
My Beware and I can't remember the groupie one. The monkey guy.
Oh yeah.
The drum gorilla. Yeah, we're 90. Beware was like the king. As soon as I caught a Beware, it was Beware all the way. And he's 90.
Yeah, I just want him to start over. I don't want any old Pokemon. I was upset to see older Pokemon. I was like, that's cool, but like, I just want new Pokemon. I don't see the point in because you're just hitting nostalgia for a lot of people. And that's how I feel with not being in Pokemon. For me, a lot of the Pokemon were new. So I don't know X, Y, Z. I don't know Sun or Moon. So a lot of them were new to me.
Yeah, they kept a lot of the Sun and X and Y Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably my favorite generation of Pokemon. It's X. X and Y.
Yeah. So our number ones were Death Stranding, Pokemon, and Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Yeah. Unlike last year where it was God of War. I forgot all 3 of it.
Next year might be go to Tsushima, but we'll have to see what
I can't wait for That's my most anticipated game.
Yeah. Do you want to do best game we played this year that didn't come out?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's easy.
Mine's also easy.
Mine was Yakuza 0.
Mine is Ease 8.
Really?
Yeah, even though it's an ugly, horrible, glitchy Switch port, that game was fun.
Oh, good to know.
Mine is the Spyro trilogy.
Yes. Mine is
So
also
good.
Spyro Trilogy.
So good.
Spyro Trilogy is so fun. Oh
So
my
good.
gosh, I couldn't put it down. I just kept playing it. It's such a great game.
Yeah, I started it and I didn't go back to it because everything else came out.
Yeah.
I think I bought it the week before. I don't know. Yeah. Also, like games that came out that I have: Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel, which I didn't really play.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out this year. That's basically what I bought. That's physical. I don't know what I got digital.
Days Gone, Hollow Knight. No.
Hollow Knight was technically last year.
I mean, that's the game I got this year.
Oh.
I didn't.
I guess, yeah, I think Hollow Knight I bought this year as well and played the poop out of it, but I hit a difficulty wall and couldn't continue. But it was fun. That was a fun game.
Just don't buy Bloodstains.
No, I'm not gonna buy I'm not buying any more games. Because I still have to beat. I have to beat Death Stranding, beat Pokemon, and then go back to Borderlands 3 and beat that with my wife. So I have a lot of time.
You're currently playing Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
I'm trying to think of what I'm playing right now. I think the only thing that I'm really playing that I didn't beat yet is Zelda. And then once I beat that, like I will have all my this year stuff done. Because I restarted Final Fantasy VII just because the remake's coming.
Are you getting the remake?
Oh yeah, I'm getting the Steelbook Special Edition.
I'm gonna wait. Actually, I'm gonna wait to see what the reviews are like and what people think of it, and how long the sequel comes out, and then I'm gonna get.
Well, if you could see that shelf right there, you would see that I'm not gonna wait.
Yeah, you definitely.
It'll look weird if I wait.
Are you getting the Super Special Edition?
No, that $300 one is a little out of my range.
Man, you're not a real.
I'm getting the $100 one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
I have the $100 one of 15, and I have the Steelbook for 12, and the Steelbook for 10. I have Steelbooks, but I don't need statues.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess that's it.
That statue's really cool.
Oh, I also played Rock Band again, and that's really fun. Playing Guitar Hero Rock Band games again, and discovering a new place to buy video games that's closer to my apartment is great. And,
I think that about does it for me.
Yeah. All right. Y'all tell us what your games of the years are in the comments below. I really want to know what other people's favorite games are, actually.
I definitely want to know.
Because it's been such a weird year for games, awesome year for documentaries, terrible year for comedies. Comedy movie this year were terrible. But we'll get there in our next podcast.
That's right.
We talk about all other media of the year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all then.
Later.
See you next year. Bye.
What?
Go play yourself.
Yeah, that's great.